Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Culture Corner here on the Serenity Resource Connector. It is always a pleasure to have you joining us here in the virtual space on a Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. It is another partnership with the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, better known as JCDC, and also the program partners, Cousins Construction Services Limited, Sha-Gore Aggregates Limited, and National Self-Serve Wholesale. And as the promo said, it's Festival Queen season, and we are going to have an engaging discussion here on this episode as we bring on to join me here in the virtual space Michael Nicholson, dedicated 27 years to the Events and Production Division at the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, where he received the Badge of Honor for long and faithful service to the JCDC, and later received the Civil Service Award for long and faithful service. He has been coordinating the Miss Jamaica Festival Queen competition since 1991, when he conducted his first show as a parish manager for Kingston and St. Andrew, and later he became the Festival Queen coordinator at the commission. He's, of course, no stranger to the arts and culture, as he celebrates over 40 years of theatre, and his work is merited as one of the highest calibers in our country. After graduating in directing, whatever you call it, from Edna Manley College of the Performing Arts, he continued to establish himself as a reputable actor and a distinguished director. He qualifies as a well rounded theatre practitioner and is well known to the Jamaican audience as a lovable string bean on CVM Television's local soap opera Royal Palm Estate, later renamed the Blackbirds of Royal Palm Estate. Sir Nicholson, thank you for joining us here on the Serenity
Thank you
Resource
so much.
Connector.
Thank you for
Awesome.
having me, Winsor. I mean, after all of that, I think I should grab my head, but
Oh, Lord. You never get used to it, right?
no, I never get used to
Amazing.
it. And I forget
Oh,
so many times until I go out in public and somebody goes, string beans. I go, oh, yeah, I forgot. Yes, there is that.
yes, indeed. And most of my audience should know string bean because we have some some people from the Royal Palm Estate era like myself.
Yeah.
Thank you all for tuning in and joining Mr. Nicholson in this space is no stranger to the Serenity Resource Connector nor Culture Corner, the beautiful Marjorie Layden Curtin.
Yes. Good
If you hear
evening.
me
Good
miss sometimes, it's
evening.
because I knew her as a evening with Lady
Yes, it's a
Curtin. It's great to
pleasure.
have you
New
here
name
again with us.
in the 60th celebration.
Yes. Good evening, Lady Curtin. How are you doing?
Hi, Mr. Nicholson. I see them troubling you still, string beans, but you
Yeah.
can't get little flesh there now.
Yes, yes.
That's
All
it.
right.
All right. All
And to
right.
As
So
your
it was
here's
to go.
viewers, we welcome them to the Culture Corner, where they're
Yes.
going to hear all the
yes.
exciting things that we'll be doing with the
Oh my
Festival
goodness. So
Queen
many
program.
exciting things happening. Shanique is saying, yes, loved watching string bean. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Shanique, for that. Awesome. Yes. So before we get into this episode's discussion, I put together a little something for us. A little. Let's have a look back at what our reigning queens had to share on a previous episode back
Whether
in
or
April
not
of this
you
year.
take up the crown, whether or not you're the parish queen, whether or not you're the national queen, just being a part of this program or this competition will change you for the better. A lot of the persons now who we consider our nation builders, who persons look up to, are products of this competition. So, if you want to be a part of the legacy, a part of the sisterhood of queens, knowing that you'll be able to impact others. You will be a cultural ambassador for your parish or for your country or just your community, and you will be able to give back whatever talent you have, even if you're whatever your profession is or whatever your skill is. You can use that skill and help others and really become a nation builder, which is what it's all about. We want each person in Jamaica to be able to reach to another one and help them all, because we are a brother's keeper.
Well said, Dominic. I share the same sentiments. And I just want to add to say you are good enough. If you're hearing this and you're having insecurities, you're feeling as if you may not win, you're not good enough, you're not the queen material, you are good enough. And it's a competition for you. It doesn't matter your background, it doesn't matter what you're doing in life. Put your best foot forward. See it as an opportunity to experience life, to see a new side to you. I've grown so much personally and professionally. I've met so many people who are now impacting my life in numerous ways just by having this stash, having this throne, getting the molding. The different training sessions have prepared me for public speaking, prepared me for etiquette, being a lady. You are good enough. It is about Jamaica. It is about you being a cultural ambassador. It is about you being your best self, your authentic self. Go ahead, do it.
Our queens have spoken so well. Platform where you are going to benefit. There is nothing that will be taken away from you. Everything will be added onto you. There
Definitely.
will be so much training. Your confidence will go up. Your public speaking, the way you can address people, that will go up. If you have a talent, we're going to help you with it. We're going to train you. You're going to know how to execute on that talent. We're going to help you to build your cultural awareness. You're going to find yourself reading more, paying attention to the news, and knowing what is going on, not just in Jamaica, but across the world. So everything will be added on to you.
Wow, that
Yes,
is
that was
nice.
nice.
That says it all. Absolutely. Absolutely. Uh, I think you're muted there, Winsome. Just check your
You're,
mic again.
you're muted. Yes, you're muted. All right, there
But
you
you're
go.
back with us now.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes,
We're
we are.
hearing you now,
Mhm.
loud and clear.
Awesome. All
Uh,
right. The thing with technology, awesome
yes.
stuff. But when it
Mhm.
gets to itching, it gets itching. Right. Really
Mhm.
great sharing from our reigning queens there.
Mhm.
And they have shared so much, and the excitement and all of that. It was just so amazing. All right. Before we start talking, I love to bring in our live audience.
Sure.
See if you recognize this person, Sir Nicholson.
Oh
She will be.
yes, yes, of course, Mrs. Prescott. Yes, and she's all the way in Florida, I believe. Yeah, she's actually in Fort Lauderdale. So
Oh,
thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Really
amazing.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you indeed for joining.
Great.
Awesome. Great stuff. All
Yeah.
right. So we are coming out of a pandemic, still not over yet.
Mhm.
And there's so many things that has been happening. And I know there must have been some challenging times planning for this year Festival
Yeah.
Queen. Share with us, Sir Nicholson, what
Well,
what are some of the challenges that you're experiencing getting all of this
well,
in place?
well, we what we had to do once the prime minister had announced that we're opening back the country again and we're trying to get back to our new normal, as we call it. We are also in the year of our jubilee. We are celebrating 60 years as an independent nation, and we are the office, the commission that has that designation to make sure that these celebrations happen. And when it comes to a significant year like Jamaica 60, you know that we have to kick in on all cylinders, which doesn't mean that each year we have independence, we don't do it. But you know, you have to add a little extra on top of the extra that we've done in the past. So we always have to move the bar, shift the bar to a whole nother level. And so it is with the Miss Jamaica Festival Queen. So over the years, we've had many wonderful, outstanding, fantastic ladies, queens, majesties who have come through the competition. And I always tell them, once you enter this competition from the parish level, you're never the same again, right?
Same.
Your life changes. And the good thing about it is over the years, the JCDC has changed lives in every area of the disciplines that we've had them, that we've been a part of. So from speech to drama to music to creative writing, we've always been a part of changing lives for young people. So
Yeah.
as a result of this, the Miss Jamaica Festival Queen is no different. So once you get a chance to see these diamonds in the rough, as I like to call them, that yes, some people don't see the potential. Some people enter not sure what they're getting into. But by the time they've had the training, by the time they've entered, they become a whole different individual. And you find that they've moved further in society, they've done well for themselves, and they've made major contributions to society as individuals. So we're really proud of the fact that the JCDC, through the Miss Jamaica Festival Queen competition, is able to create that kind of individual that is out there and that is doing good across the country. As a matter of fact, across the world, because any country you go to,
Yes.
there's a Miss Jamaica Festival Queen who will turn up and go, remember me? I started my training here at the JCDC,
Yeah,
and
Jason.
now look where I am. Right? We have like a Tony Shea Freckleton, for example. She's now in the
Yeah.
UN.
Yeah.
Okay. And she started at the JCDC Festival Queen for St. James back in the day. And now there she is. She's out there. So there's so many of them out there that have done so well that whether they have entered at parish level and didn't get to national, even at the parish level, they are winners themselves. The fact that they made that step to decide to move forward to become the kind of individuals they are today. So we
Yeah.
really are very, very proud of that. And you know, it's one of my passions. I'm glad it happens each year. And the fact that now we're celebrating Jamaica 60, one of the things we want to add, and I don't mean to fast forward or jump the gun, but as they mentioned sisterhood, what we want to do this year is to find all the queens in each parish. They are designated to find the queens, if they can, to be a part of that sisterhood on the
Past
day at
queens.
the church.
Yes.
All the past queens know that you being queen, you are part of that fraternity, as one of the queens said, that sisterhood, right? And
Yes.
that it's still there and that they're still there for you. So you're not out there alone trying to start new projects and do new. There are other queens out there who can support you, who can help you, who have links to other things that can make things happen for you. So I really am passionate about this. So we're looking forward this year that even at the national level, we can find some of our past queens to say, hey, look, we haven't forgotten you. Thank you for being a part of this fraternity, and acknowledge your presence and salute you for the work that you've been doing over the years from the time you've been crowned to now.
Indeed. And even before it actually started before the crown, because they
Absolutely.
would have had to be doing something before
Yes.
they right
Mhm.
to actually enter. And as we're talking about that, Mrs. Lynn Curtin is representing. She wears so many different hats, but this evening she is representing the western and northern region of the country, right? Because
Yes.
there are supposed to be what, three regions, or is
There
it
are
four?
four
Four
regions
Yeah.
involved,
regions,
right? We
but you
have
have all of
our,
two.
uh,
But you have all of two.
well, I have exciting news to share too.
Yes.
As Michael was saying, this year we're bringing in past queens so they can celebrate at each show. And I was festival queen, as I shared before on your program,
Yes.
in 1986 in Westmoreland. So,
Okay.
this year I'm going to be in Westmoreland for their show because
Great.
I'm going to be a part of that show as the fraternity of
Yes.
past distinguished festival queens.
All
And
right.
then you were saying, I'm overseeing the Western region and the Central region, but just now I have taken over as the acting executive director for JCDC. So
Uh,
I have a wider role, a responsibility
Yes.
for the entire JCDC and the work that we will be doing
Yes.
this year and bring in the festival and everything. So it's an exciting time. And
mhm.
we're looking forward for the Western and the Northern region. Well, as you know, our shows for the parish finals will begin this weekend. And they begin in
Oh,
Central region and
Mhm.
the Eastern region. And we're going to have the regional managers for those regions come on a little later in your program and share with you and
yes.
say the exciting things that will be happening with
Mhm.
those shows. And so as we share with you, it's gonna give you like a schedule of
Yes.
all the
Yes.
shows that will be happening. And for Western and Northern, for Westmoreland, as I said, I'm going to be with them because their show is going to be on Sunday, June 19th. So,
Mhm.
persons can look out for that.
Right.
And just before they go, Hanover, no, not Hanover, Trelawney
Fulani.
will
Mhm.
go on Sunday, June 12th. They'll be at the
Okay.
Royalton Hotel that is there in Falmouth, close to Falmouth, Trelawney. So we're inviting everybody to come out. The thing about
Yeah.
that, exciting news again, Michael, we have to share. The
Absolutely.
shows are free. However, you have to have a ticket to come in, and
Mhm.
you can begin to check your parish offices for tickets to the Parish Festival Queen show. So I'm announcing it on your program for the
Yes.
first,
Look
and
at that.
everybody I know will start going
Winsome, you just got an exclusive, Winsome. You
an
just got an exclusive.
exclusive.
Look at that.
Look,
Yeah.
we're excited.
Mhm.
We're beginning Sunday, this Sunday, um, June 5th in
Yes.
Manchester and in
Okay.
St. Catherine. So everyone can look out for those two shows. They can check their parish offices to get
Mhm.
their tickets. Tickets are limited because we're still in the pandemic and we're doing a lot of our events under control. And
Yeah.
so it's really 70% of whatever venue we're using that we will be having persons to come in. So the tickets are going to be very
Mhm.
limited. A lot of persons who are involved, the queens and their families and so on, we would have given a little priority so they will get their complimentary tickets.
Mhm.
So the general tickets will be limited. So first come, first serve. Make sure you go out and get those tickets to be in there.
But just in case you don't get a ticket to go in because it's limited entry because of the space and because of the
Yes,
COVID protocols that are in
and the
place,
protocols.
we are in fact streaming live on all
Wonderful.
platforms.
Yes,
So even if you don't get a chance to be there live, you can actually just log on to any of our sites, whether it's Facebook, JCDC, Instagram. We're all going to be out there, and they're going to be done in real time, so you can actually see the show as it happens. So it won't be pre-recorded. It won't be something that you'll see after it happens.
yes,
We're
it's
actually
right
going to be doing
there.
it live, and we
Yes,
are broadcasting to the whole diaspora. So if people
yes.
in St. Catherine who live in the
That's
States and want to support St. Catherine, they can go on live and watch that show
wonderful.
as it happens
Yes,
and watch their favorite person. They can like, they can comment, they can share everything that's happening. So don't feel bad because, as I said, COVID still a key,
yes.
right?
Yes.
So we
Kind of,
still
kind
have
of
to do a
thing
lot
is,
of things
but we are celebrating our 60th independence. So therefore, we
with
definitely want to get people in there as long as it's under controlled circumstances. with the
Yes.
protocols in place. But just in case you don't get the ticket, you can still log
Oh,
on free of
yeah.
cost and see the program.
Streaming will be live.
We're
Yes.
streaming live and the platform is strong, so you don't have to worry. You'll still be able to see it.
Indeed.
Right.
And that's a good thing about it this year. So we're very, very excited about that.
Right.
And
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 support is
we
very
can,
important.
Mhm.
Support is very important.
Absolutely.
There are some lovely pictures that's on the different JCDC social media platforms.
yes.
So let's get the viewers in on what they ought to be doing. Is there a voting or anything of the sort taking place this year?
There is going to be a Facebook voting situation that's going to be happening, and also on Instagram. So if you go to Instagram, it's at JCDC Jamaica. On Twitter, it's at JCDC Jamaica. Also on YouTube, it's JCDC Jamaica. Facebook is the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission. So you can just go on it, and on LinkedIn, we also have it as the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission. So once you go onto any of those websites, you can in fact see your favorite queen, pick your queen, vote for your queen, because they also have an internal competition, but not an internal, an external competition where the queens get a chance to have their friends and family vote for them. So you actually vote for your favorite queen. So the more
Yes.
votes they get, there will actually be a prize for the most popular queen based on the internet vote. So we're looking
Yes.
forward to that too. But they have to work towards that. It just
All
doesn't
right.
happen
So you
because
heard
they're
that.
a smile.
Yeah,
So we have a special prize for them just for
indeed.
that.
Awesome. So now you know what you need to do. Just look at the fancy pictures, place your vote, and make
Vote.
sure that your favorite queen have a chance of winning that prize. Usually some lovely prizes, and that
Absolutely.
takes place there at the local level. Right. And let's bring it back to locally. Mrs. Lady Curtin, in terms of sponsorship, were there any unnecessary challenge this year in terms of getting sponsorship based on what's happening?
Yes, but we want to say a big thank you to those who have made their commitments. It has been challenging. A lot of persons have been sharing that they've been in lockdown for 2 years. Some of the businesses, would not have been able to open to the general public like they did in especially the first year of the pandemic. And
Right.
so that we have faced challenges in the sponsorship, but let me tell you, sponsors are still coming out.
Mhm.
They're happy that we are opening, and they can get an opportunity to showcase, because they will come in, have their products and all of that at the various shows. So although it has been challenging, I know we have had those who have committed to sponsoring the competition.
And we've
Indeed.
had a lot of sponsors too who realize too that Jamaica is celebrating 60
Jamaica
years,
60.
Jamaica 60. So they want to be a part of that. And a lot of companies started during that period too. So they're also
Yes.
celebrating the year. So to have a combination of their year celebrating 60 years and also celebrating with Jamaica 60 is a plus for them too. So I don't think they want to miss that either.
Right.
So they're also logging on and being a part of that process where we actually have companies now that are celebrating with Jamaica 60 and are also celebrating 60 years themselves.
Indeed. It's an opportunity to it's a win-win for all.
For
Um,
everyone, yes.
right. I'm impressed because we see a number of we have 10 contestants in some parishes, 12 in others. How many in total do you have over there in the western region? Is
Oh,
it
in the Western.
yes?
Um, for Hanover, we have 8 contestants. For St. James, 8 contestants. For Westmoreland, 9 contestants. And
Okay.
Trelawney, 7 contestants. So
Okay.
it's excitement in that region. And in the northern
Indeed.
region, St. Mary has 10 contestants that will be vying for the parish title. Portland has 7, and St. Anne has 10 contestants. So
Mhm.
it's excitement all around.
Yes.
The young ladies have stepped up, and they've said, we've rested for 2 years. I'm coming. I'm coming
Absolutely.
with everything
Mhm.
to be a part of this competition. And we say to them, may the best young lady win.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Because, yes, I would not want to be one of those judges at all.
Oh no,
Very competitive.
and at the end of the day, because of the kind of training that they get both at the parish and at the national level, they're all winners just for entering in the first place. So
Yes.
that's the good thing about it. The level of exposure that they get as a result of entering the competition. Uh, don't want to sound partial, but I don't think there's any other competition that quite has the kind of exposure that we have
Yeah.
with our Miss Jamaica Festival Queen each year.
Indeed. And it's not partial because I've been a part of the system and I
Mhm.
know.
Oh,
So,
yes.
yes. So when the Queen state that it's wholesome training, it's really wholesome. It takes into consideration the whole persona.
Mhm.
So, yes. So it's really great stuff because even now we have David Reed, who is joining us now, another of the regional managers.
All
David
right.
is over there in Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Thomas, Eastern Region, over 20 years with JCDC, right? Cerise?
Yes, that is exactly so. Joined the JCDC September 1, 2000. So it's 22 years this
Wow.
year.
Oh,
Look at
excellent.
that. Amazing. And he
Yes.
is currently on location at one of those training sessions. So
All
when
the
we
way
say
out in St. Thomas.
Yes.
They are doing
yes,
talent training tonight, and it's going well. It's going well.
awesome. Oh Lord, I'm looking forward to seeing those talent pieces. All right. Tulip is asking if there's an age limit. Can I be a queen?
Not,
Ah,
not,
Certainly, certainly, if she falls between 18 and 25.
yes.
Oh,
Sorry,
or she
Tulip.
but you can always encourage your younger relatives and
Siblings.
friends to
Yes.
ensure that they benefit from the great stuff
Mhm.
that's happening at JCDC. Yes. So there are so it's ongoing training and grooming because David just mentioned the talent pieces, but it's much more than that. It's a lot of
Yes.
work leading up to the parish shows.
Yes,
All
it
right.
is. I mean,
Yes.
talent, walk and poise, the opening act. Um, it's a whole production leading into that one show night that the audience is invited to come and watch. The staff and the committee members, the dedicated trainers. I mean, as you know, it's Minister Nine, and they are at it. And
still
I
at
just
it.
heard the trainer
Mhm.
saying to one of them, "We're not leaving until you get it right." So,
Yes.
that is the whole
Dynamic subject
emphasis and
matter.
Mhm.
dynamics
Full
Absolutely.
of the
dynamic
whole thing.
program.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yes, and we must acknowledge our hardworking trainers. We have
yes.
trainers who have been on board for so many years,
Mhm.
dedicating time and their expertise each year to ensure that these young women benefit from the kind of training, preparing them so when they go on stage, the diction, the enunciation, and all of that
Absolutely.
that you see. Not all of them came in that way, but they're
Yes.
Right,
learning
right.
right. Yes,
Because of that, I always say the diamonds in the rough, but we definitely know they are the diamonds there. And once those trainers get them, they always do some
They bring it
amazing work
out.
with them.
oh
And
yes,
shout out to all the members of the committees across the island. They've been doing this for years. They've been dedicated to it, and they've all been doing this as a service to the JCDC, free of cost. So we'd like to
And we have
really thank
and we
them.
have some new ones that have joined us since
Mhm.
this year because the pandemic would have break some might have migrated and so forth, and they are just as worked up about it, just as those who were there with us over the years. So we want to big them up as well.
indeed. All
Right.
right, and we want to also give the viewers, because we have justices of the peace and educators and others who are tuned in each week to this program, how can they contribute to the JCDC, helping to nurture these young women? What areas? List the areas that they can support in.
Well, let me first start by saying from the the foundation of the JCDC was really on volunteerism. You
Yes.
know, when we gained independence in 1962, the government put in place a small group that had to work in parishes to help to preserve our culture. So, from the very foundation of JCDC, the commission, it was through the work of volunteers. And we are very proud that we have been able to keep that institution in place. In
Mhm.
every parish, we should have our parish cultural development committee. It's a voluntary institution. So as many persons, you have to be recommended. You just can't walk in still, you know, but
Mhm.
as many persons who are interested and you have certain skills that you want to share with us, you are welcome. You get your recommendation, you send it in, and we examine it and we welcome you. And we usually invite all agencies, all private sector. We you know, the chamber, we invite them to send representatives. So we try to touch as many
Mhm.
persons in a parish to give them the opportunity to serve. And you had asked on what areas. So not
Yes.
only just the parish committee. On that committee, we have various different subcommittees. So the
Mhm.
Festival Queen is one
Yes.
such
Right.
program. We have what we call the arts development. They can also be a part of that committee. And, so, and that's where we find a lot of our teachers will volunteer,
Mhm.
you know, to be a
Yes.
part of the arts development. They assist our young
Mhm.
people, preparing them for the performing arts competition. I
Mhm.
mean, we could never, Sir Michael,
Yeah.
Mr. Reed will agree with me, we could never pay all our
No.
trainers. You know, a lot of them are volunteers. They
And
prepare, you know,
mhm.
the young and
Yes.
community groups. They
Yes.
go
Yes.
at nights and
Mhm.
they work with elderly people to keep that, you know, our culture alive. So almost every area in everything that we do, we give an opportunity for persons to volunteer to work
Mhm.
with us. I don't know if the others have some
Of
things that
course,
they
and
Sir Nicholson.
over the years, the production department of the JCDC have sent their officers out to these various committees across the island and have done training with them in production and
yes,
the performing arts in preparation for a show, for example, the Festival Queen. So that once
Yes.
we go down there to actually assist with the show, we already have committee members down there who are running the rehearsals, preparing the show, along with our parish managers and cultural officers, so that once we get down there in terms of getting all the tech stuff in, they're already running the show. They can hand us a running order to say
yes,
this is how the show
yes,
is running, and sometimes they designate us as to where they would like us to work in whichever area that might
That's
be
right.
weekend. And there are other times that we've gone down there and I said, "Oh no, not this year. Please sit and enjoy the show," because that's the level to which we have gotten with a lot of
the training,
our
yeah.
parish members, that we have got done the training with them, we have worked with them in these areas, and now they are assisting with the whole production of a show such as the Miss Jamaica Festival Queen. So we're very, very proud of that we've been able to impart that kind of knowledge to continue the cycle and the shows that we do each year.
Indeed. And I'm a proud recipient of that kind of grooming, because I
Yes.
learned a whole lot as the chair for the Festival Queen Committee and the Parish Cultural Committee. I
Yes,
learned so many things from the other volunteers on the committee, going in and learning from the parish representatives at the office. It was just amazing, and seeing the team from Kingston come in and just everything just moving in
Mhm.
order. It's just so amazing. So, as
And
Mr.
we,
David Curtin indicated to the
mhm.
Queens, you don't lose anything.
No.
You just
You
get,
There's
you
just
Mhm.
so
get,
much.
you benefit.
That's it.
You'll
And
never be the
even,
same, as
yes,
Michael said. You'll never be the same.
and
And
even
it
at the
is
national
for
level.
better.
We have a national committee led by Mr. Sil
Yes.
Castro, and there again is another committee of volunteers from private and public sector who have come in and have really, gotten into the nooks and crannies of the Festival Queen show, the program. They are very hands-on in terms of what happens with the program. Even if we put a
Yes.
concept together, they will look at it, rip it apart, pick it apart, put it back together again, so that it is worthy of Jamaica and Jamaicans at home and abroad. So they've been working really hard with me and I with them to make sure that the parishes are okay and that we really have a good national show at the end of the day for everyone to see
Enjoy.
Indeed.
and to
But
enjoy
before,
too.
yes, but before they get to the national, they have to get it right at the local level. And so,
Absolutely.
right. So, Reed, share with us, how many contestants do you have there over in the Eastern region?
All right, so let me start with St. Thomas since I'm in St. Thomas. We have 9 contestants, 9 lovely ladies um, from all across St. Thomas. In St. Catherine, we have 10 ladies, 15 entered. By the time we did orientation and started training, we got down to 10. In Kingston and St. Andrew, we have 12. Again, 15 entered. And then by the time we had orientation session and start training, some could not manage and said, okay, next year they will stand a better chance and so forth.
Yes.
Right? Because when the contestants enter, they look at each other and they say, okay, should I just wait until next year and so forth? Persons want to leave being
Oh,
crowned, right?
yes.
Yes.
Although each of them will leave as a winner, but they still look at size up the competition and say, all right, let us go and build some more, and the next year we can enter and so forth. And so we have 9 in St. Thomas, 10 in St. Catherine, and 12 in Kingston and St. Andrew.
But that's great.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
really great,
Mhm.
especially with what's happening now. And
Right.
another thing too, these contestants, most of them are either working and or studying
Yes.
at the same time. So it's a lot of time management. So
Mhm.
it's
Right.
they
Because
there's
like
no
for
way
St.
they get
Thomas, we
to
have
yes.
2. Well, their exams finish now at UE, but they will travel into Kingston each night to get back to you before their exam and so forth. But the exam finished now, so they have relocated back to the parish for the
Yes.
final leg.
I tell you, the resilience of the Jamaican, in this case, women.
Yes.
Yes, and Winsome, I must say, it plays right into the theme, reigniting the power of the Jamaican woman. It
Yes.
shows you
I love it.
the extent to which
Yes,
a woman will go to achieve,
Mhm.
that's
what
right.
it is they want in life. Yes,
Indeed. All right.
reigniting the power of the Jamaican woman.
Mhm.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
And it seemed our regional or central region manager is caught up with some rehearsal or something. Right. But I was really enthused last evening when I checked to see, because I asked for updates from Clarendon and I realized there are 10 contestants.
Yes.
I was really pleased to see that.
I
So,
was, yes, I
yeah,
was at the session last night and I was really, really impressed with the ladies that I saw.
Training. Yes,
Yes.
I was there too, Michael.
Yes,
Wow,
it was
what
really
a
good. Yes.
beautiful set
Really
of
nice.
lovely set of 10 young ladies.
Yes.
and
I mean, they
indeed.
wowed us with their
Mhm.
poise. I don't know anybody who comes from Clarendon this year at the national, they're gonna wow you with the
Yes.
the
Yes.
poise. was
They were, they,
like,
they were very they were very
oh,
confident in their movement. Everyone came out with a sense of purpose. I mean, you're seeing them for the
Oh,
first time. I was really impressed.
really
amazing,
impressed.
amazing,
Winnie
amazing.
East is taking note of that so that we can.
Oh, I tell you, but I'm really looking forward because no apologies. It's a shameless plug here. Clarendon have a way of putting on some really awesome parish shows.
Yes, I've been to a
True.
few of
Yes.
those shows.
That is
Yes,
true.
yes.
And
Indeed.
they've had a national winner from Clarendon.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh, if I could remember,
Thomas.
yes, uh,
Right.
Miss Thomas.
Mhm.
She's very outstanding. She has gone on. I think she works in the financial sector there.
Yes,
Yes, so
Yes,
Clarence has had a winner. Well, we won't
Katie
even
and
begin
Thomas.
to
Yes.
talk Katie
Kadian.
and
Yes,
Thomas. That's
Yes.
their
that's
name.
Yeah,
right.
yes.
We congratulate her. I know she's going to be a part of the this year's competition. As Michael has indicated, we've
Mhm.
invited, some of our past queens to celebrate at the parish shows. So we're expecting that she will be out in her
And you also had a money for Morgan who won too. In
Okay,
Oh,
yes, you had a money for
awesome.
Morgan who won
so
in
you've
night.
had two winners in
We had two
Clarendon?
winners coming out
Look
of
at
Clarendon.
that.
Yeah.
I know Mr. Reed is gonna get to me now. We can't touch Kingston and St. Andrews.
Should I count? How do I count?
That's all right. You don't have to.
But between Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Thomas and St. Catherine, two winners each, and Kingston and St. Andrew. I mean, we are in the teens. I'm trying to zero down. I think it's 11 overall.
Okay.
Okay.
Thereabout. So it's about 15 for the region so far. The winning
Oh,
region,
And
right?
since we're talking about
And
Clarendon
as a
again,
Michael, just before, as a matter of history, we had in St. Catherine the Queen that reigned the longest, right? She won in
19.
2019, and it was only in 2021 that she gave up the crown.
You
yeah,
mean your
right.
national
Okay,
queen?
right.
National Queen,
National
yes,
Queen. Yes.
National Queen.
Yes, but all parish queen that year, the pandemic allowed for
Right,
even the parish queens to reign for 2 years.
2 years,
You know,
right.
Mhm.
in their reign would have been 2019 to 2020. The
Mm-hmm.
pandemic came, and so we had to take them through the 2020 to 2021. And
Right.
last year we did a special selection program
Mhm.
and actually had queens for 2021. So it's
Oh,
Yeah.
exciting,
and let me
exciting
also add to
indeed,
Clarendon too
the way
that
we
one of your other
unfolded.
queen has been Georgia McDonald,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Yes.
Georgia.
Georgia
Yes.
McDonald, right?
Wonderful,
I
yes.
know I'd definitely get her busted if I did not recall
Mention.
her.
She
Imagine.
sits on the
Right? And
committee
On
she
the
has
national
been
committee.
integral at the national level. As a matter of fact,
national level.
he is chief judge
Chief
for the
judge.
national competition. So, as I said, the queens are everywhere. See, there's one queen right now who's actually running the JCDC. So
Look at
I
that.
can't wait to
Ah,
make my
thank you for
speech.
that plug.
I can't wait to make my speech to the queen to say, see, these are the levels to which
The
you can go
levels
by
to
just
which you can
entering
go.
the Miss Jamaica Festival Queen competition. So I'm so excited about that. So
And
Okay.
it's a very important point to make, Michael, because I didn't win at the national. I was
there you go.
second at the
Right.
national, but still I've been able to
Yes.
grow. And
Yes.
this is what we want to say to the young ladies. As David had pointed out also, when you enter this competition, the benefits that you're going to derive from it,
Mhm.
it makes sense. You don't have to run away, you
Mhm.
know,
Right.
saying that I may not win here or I may not win there. You can stay because what it is you get is something that is going to stay with you for the
Mhm.
rest of your life.
It changes lives. The
It changes.
competition changes lives. Absolutely.
Indeed, indeed, because it changed mine, and I never entered.
Uh-oh. Just the association, you know.
Just
Mhm.
the association, because I've been able to pour into the lives of these young women.
Yes,
So, yes, and there's no way you can actually do that without benefiting from it. So
that's
Right.
it's a win-win.
Mhm.
Yes, amazing. I really enjoyed that period, being
yes.
mother hen to those young women.
Oh, yes.
Yes, right. So there are a lot of things that happen and leading up, because the before the sashing, we usually have the pre, what was that again? Interview. Did we have that this year?
No, before the parish
Before the
final,
show,
before the
Right.
parish
before the right, before
coronation.
the, yes,
Yes. You're going to have the pre-judging where
yes.
they go into an interview session and the judges will do their scores there and they take that score into the final show, the parish final show. And at the parish final show, they will be adjudged for their talent, that
Hmm.
same walk and poise we talk about, stage
Yes.
appearance,
Mhm.
and what other area now?
Cultural awareness.
Cultural
The level of
awareness.
awareness.
Cultural awareness is
Mhm.
from the
Also
interview,
From
prejudging.
prejudging,
from
yes.
the
Yes.
pre-judging.
Prejudging,
You
yes.
have your talent, you have your
Mhm.
walk and
Talent,
poise,
walk and poise, and stage present. Those are the areas
main
that
area.
that
And that and they do, after we select the top five, usually there's
Mhm.
a top five at
Yes.
the
right.
parish, right, and the national level. And
Mhm.
when we
Yes.
do, have the announcement of the top five, there's an interview that is done on stage, which helps to determine who is the winner.
Right.
That's
You
right.
know?
And
Yes.
that's the crucial. That's the nail. There are two things in
Yes,
the show that people look forward to seeing. It's the talent, and
yes.
when we get to that
And
section where
on
we have the top
stage,
five on stage
stage
interview, because
interview.
it's anybody's show at that point. Anyone can win.
Could win out of that top
Anyone could
five.
win. Absolutely.
Yes.
Right.
Right. What comes out right there at that interview, when you get that question, and how you answer it, how you formulate it, what you do,
Yes.
what comes out of your mouth. There's so many things one has to calculate. But here at the JCDC, we make sure we train our queens
And
in
that's the
preparation for that,
training.
so
Yes.
that with the
Interview
training,
techniques. Interview techniques. Yes.
definitely.
Interview
So
techniques.
we make sure that even for the audience watching, they might get that, they take a deep breath, and but it's all
Yes.
part of the drama that we
Yeah.
film and ensure that they get that question up, because they know the answer and they're gonna come with, because everyone wants to win this competition, right? Wants to be a part of that fraternity. So that
Yes.
everyone is bringing their A game up to that point. Well, from the start, everyone's bringing their A game, and you can see it as the show progresses and as you rehearse each night.
And you
Yes.
know, Michael, looking at the West, four parishes are in the West: Hanover, St. James, Westmoreland, Trelawney. And
Mhm.
there is one parish that has not had a national winners yet, and that's
Yes.
Hanover. And I know they're going all out
Mhm.
this
For Jamaica
year,
60.
and especially in Jamaica 60, to
Okay.
see if they can get that national crown. So
Mhm.
it's going to be an exciting time, an
Yes.
exciting show. And, we are inviting as many persons who can come out and be a part of it. And as you say, join us on all these live
Yes.
stream and online
Instagram,
platforms
Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We're all there.
so they can watch the excitement that will be going down over the month of June, every weekend, on a Saturday, on a Sunday night. They can just
Yes.
get themselves in front of that screen and get
Indeed.
involved.
And
And
once
they
you
can
find,
participate.
yes, once you find your winning queen each week, you
Yes,
can then start to tally as to, based on the strengths of these ladies who have just been crowned queen, who could
Yes.
be the queen out of that set, even before they come into
They get to
national.
the
They've already
national.
known what they're up against for the national. So
Yes.
that's going to be interesting too. So that it won't be a mystery that 13 queens have arrived in Kingston. No, you would have already known because you're tracking the shows
Yes.
as they happen each week.
Indeed.
That's going to be very exciting.
Yes, excitement is going across to the live viewers because Shanique is asking if she can still enter because now she feel like she need to compete.
And
Shanique?
the only way she could still enter is if she's in St. Mary or Portland. We're
Oh,
doing the sashing ceremonies on Friday night for St. Mary and
Okay.
Portland on Saturday. Those are the two final sashing. So if
Shanique,
you don't get into that session, that's it for you.
But now
until
that I
next
think
year,
about
if you're
it,
still
and
within
win
the
some, I
age
think we
range.
should have had this show. We should have had your show when we're doing the recruitment because I guess we'd have gotten all the queens we needed.
And you
Indeed.
know, we tried. Remember, we
Yeah,
started
true.
in was it May or April?
Yes, we
April.
did. We did.
April,
Yeah.
we did. That's where we have the clip of the national queen and all of
Right.
that. But this setting is kind of exciting. Now
Yes,
that we
definitely.
have the girls and we're seeing them, and
That's right.
everybody's beginning to say who is gonna win, who is
Yes.
gonna this. This is where the
Mhm.
excitement. But also, it's an opportunity for young ladies to begin to plan how
That's
they can
right.
enter the competition
Absolutely.
because the competition focuses on your community involvement, your cultural awareness. It's good if you have a talent and you can execute well on that talent, and generally your interaction with people.
Mhm.
You know, if you develop that people person
Absolutely.
kind of interaction. So
And how
this
well you can
Yes.
contribute to national
right,
development. That is the key.
this really can
Mhm.
help some persons to decide from now, and they'll
Mhm.
have an entire year to prepare themselves, you know.
Yes.
And I think it's good. It's good that you're able to do this kind of public education program and share with
Yes.
the world, you know,
Mhm.
so they can
Indeed.
see what it is we're doing, and how the product is
Mhm.
impacting lives.
Yes.
Indeed, because
Mhm.
many people would have heard about JCDC, they hear about the Queens, but this kind of conversation in terms of what really happens,
Right.
because they turn up at the show and you see the lights, the camera, and the
Mhm.
action, and all of that, but a lot of work went into the preparation in terms of, and even after that crown at the parish level, these queens
Yes.
have to be on their A game preparing because now
Absolutely.
it's vying for the national crown,
National pride.
National crown. Yes. Yes.
right? And I can imagine there are some exciting things that's going to be taking place at the national level. Any little insights?
Well, yeah, I can give you one. We are going to be having a pre-show this year. One of the concepts
Okay.
is have like a red carpet. So prior to the show actually starting, it's going to be a
Yes.
red carpet arrival of the queens. Right?
Wow.
Almost just like what they do for the Academy Awards. So they're going to be coming down the red carpet. They're going to be interviewed as to who they are. Because we find each year that although you watch the competition, by the time you see your queen from your parish, shoop, she's gone. Right?
Yes.
So this is kind of giving everyone in the parishes across the world a chance to see the queen, not under so much pressure, but just
Yeah.
making her arrival in as the queen and enjoying her for that moment. We're gonna do the whole 360-degree camera thing so that people can enjoy her arrival and do a little interview. She can talk about herself. We're actually preparing that as a pre-recorded section of the show so that once you've watched that, right, you go grab your popcorn now, right? Or your
Sit down.
champagne go, and then
Right.
enjoy and say, okay, because after this break now, it's the show.
Showtime.
It's
Yeah.
showtime. So that's one of the things we'd like to add this year as part of the excitement for the Miss Jamaica Festival Queen show this year.
Awesome. Oh
And
Lord,
that's all I'm giving you. I'm not giving you any
you
more.
should you
That's
should
it.
see me over here. Red carpet.
Yes. Right. So it's the glitz, it's the glamour, it's the diamonds are forever kind of feeling. It's our diamond jubilee. So we want to see that
Indeed.
kind of involvement from our queen. The gowns should be spectacular. They should be shimmery. They should be glittery. It should have that kind of look of almost all Hollywood, but with the diamonds on them. That's what we want to
Oh,
present.
amazing. This is the Jamaica that we want to live in.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Indeed. All right. So we have a few more minutes to wrap. Any Oh, the shows for Central, the dates for Central. We
Oh
didn't get
yes,
the,
yes.
the
And Central Region constitutes Clarendon, Manchester, and St. Elizabeth.
right.
June 5th is the Manchester show. Sunday, June 5th at the Bel
Then,
Air
Hello,
High
high school.
School
Okay.
Auditorium. They commence at 7 p.m. And let me
St.
look
Catherine.
at no
June
Clarendon.
11th. June
Clarendon
11th.
is
Mhm.
on
Mhm.
it's Sunday also.
No, before you go
Yes,
to Clarendon, you have St. Elizabeth on June 11th.
Oh, June
Mhm.
11th, the Saturday night is
Yes.
Clarendon.
Right.
And that's at a new entertainment center they have in Peppers, St. Elizabeth. I know those who are in St. Elizabeth know that
Hello.
venue. They'll be going out to that new entertainment. And then on the, let me
The
just look. I
18th,
don't have
18th for
18th,
Clarendon.
the
the
8th.
18th for Clarendon. Yes.
The
Mhm.
18th will be Clarendon, and that's also a Saturday.
Right.
And that's
Mhm.
going to be at the
Versailles.
Hotel
Versailles.
Versailles,
Yes.
yes, venue in Maypen.
Mhm.
And that
And for
show
the
will begin at 8 o'clock.
and for the Eastern, we
Yes.
start this Sunday in St. Catherine at the GC Foster College Gymnasium. It's a new venue for us.
Yes.
And what is the outlay persons need to come and watch via these platform. Then on the 11th, we are in St. Thomas at the Morant Bay High School
Yes.
amphitheater.
Amphitheater.
Again,
That's amazing.
we have not used that venue for over 30 odd years, but we are back
Wow.
there. And again, the layout is just going to be awesome. And then we go to the Little Theater on the 18th for Kingston and St. Andrew. And just the stage setup, backdrop, props, and all of those
Yes.
things.
Yes.
I can't tell you. You have to watch because we are going out, all out.
Yes, it's
Wow.
Jamaica 60th and it's a Diamond Jubilee. So you know. And for the Northern region, St. Mary is Saturday, June 18th. They're going to be at the Anglican Church Hall in Port Maria. In St. Anne, they are Sunday, June 19th. They're going to be down in Runaway Bay. And for Portland, June 25th, they're going to be on the marina in Port Antonio.
Oh,
That's
wow.
an exciting
Mhm.
Yes.
venue. You know, it's
Beautiful view.
very beautiful.
Mhm.
So you got to watch, as David was saying, get
Yeah.
on, get your popcorns and sit down and get to know Jamaica too.
Mhm.
You know, you'll be going to all these exciting venues
Oh,
and so on.
yes.
Get to
Mhm.
know Jamaica, see Jamaica, and what it is we can offer. Western region, Trelawney, June 12th. There will be at the Royalton Hotel in close to Falmouth in Trelawney.
Mhm.
Westmoreland is June 19. It's a Sunday. They'll be at the Sean Lavery Fate Hall in Sablamar.
Mhm.
Hanover, they will be at the Rossies High School grounds in Lucy. And Rossies is famous for football, so everybody
Yes.
knows where that
Mhm.
location is
Mhm.
in Hanover. And the St. James, they are on June 26th, Sunday, June 26th, and they'll be hopefully at the Ibero Star out in Lilliput in
Okay.
St. James.
Yes.
all across Jamaica. So come and see, Jamaica, see where we are and
Mm-hmm.
enjoy the locations also.
Amazing. So I told you all, it's Festival Queen season, all of June.
All of June,
That's
Mm-hmm.
right. And then we prepare for the national show.
which
So,
will be held on Emancipation Day, August 1st, in a beautiful village that we're going to open for the Jamaica 60th celebration.
And
uh,
just to mention again, all the shows at the parish at the parish
Level.
level, free. So call us now, call our office now to get your tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let the tickets run out. Call, start calling tomorrow to
Yeah.
get your tickets. Right?
Get
Because we
your
have limited
ticket.
tickets based on the COVID protocol. We can
Yes,
only take 70% of each venue
venue.
size. And so you need to have your ticket in hand in order. It's free, but it's a ticket
You
show,
have
right?
to
So
have
you
your
have to have your
ticket.
ticket because we have to do that control. So get your ticket by calling the offices tomorrow and come on down
And
and pick up your
visit
ticket.
if you can to collect your ticket.
Mm-hmm. And because it's a 70%, it's a limited amount of tickets. So once that
Yeah,
batch is done, that's it.
yes,
that's it.
Right? You got to go online and watch it then for our own safety.
Yes.
indeed. So some of us are gonna have to do a watch party. So you can utilize the technology to connect with
Yeah.
your friends overseas so it doesn't seem as if you're going alone.
Yes.
Yes,
Right. That's
definitely.
right.
Definitely.
Indeed. All right. We are a little bit over the 1 hour mark, but it's for good reason. Shanique is
Ah,
loving it. She said this year is promising to be promising excitement. All right, let me get it right. Shanique, and she wanted to move to Portland tomorrow. So
ah. So she can be sashed.
yes, awesome stuff. So Shanique, we're looking forward to having you in the lineup for 2023, God's willing. All
Yes.
right, and invite the others in your circle to come on out and be a part of, because it was interesting. One year we had a number of friends from university and they would go from one show to the other to support each
Yes, to
other,
support
and
the
we had a
girl.
group of them that went into Kingston from the different parishes. It's just powerful. um, Amazing. So final thoughts before we wrap for this episode of Culture Corner.
Well, let me just say thank you so much, Winsome, for having me on your show. I really appreciate it, and it is good. I feel the support. I feel the love from the parishes, from the queens. I really am happy with the fact that we are celebrating Jamaica 60, and that the staff across the island have been working so hard to make sure that
Yes.
we can pull off all of these shows. I know they're under a lot of pressure, but I really want to thank them from my perspective, from my end, for their support and all the work that they continue to do at the JCDC, because you have to have a love for it in order for you to,
Yes.
to do it. You really have to love what you do to continue what you do for so many years. When I think of Marjorie, David, and all other members of staff, there's hardly any member of staff that I know at the JCDC who have not been there under 15, 20 years. And they're there because they love what they do. They just have this passion for the culture, for the work. And I just personally want to reach out and say thank you for everything that you've been doing in the parishes and in your roles at the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission. And of course, our
Awesome.
volunteers. Thank you also too for your input and help.
Well said. It's a pleasure having you all here and looking forward to another episode of Culture Corner. Stay tuned to see what's next. And for those who are just tuning in for the first time, you want to subscribe, set your notification. We do Culture Corner first Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We go live here every Thursday at 8 p.m. On second Thursdays, it's going to be public education, strengthening the Clarendon Police Division. There's a lot that's going on there, a lot that we need to do in terms of community safety and security, and we are going to be connecting you here. On third Thursdays, we support the Early Childhood Commission. A lot of things going on there. It's a year of early childhood development,
Wow.
and we are sharing to strengthen the early childhood education practitioners as well as the parents. On fourth Thursdays, it's the Clarendon Municipal Corporation sharing about the different services that they offer and how you can access them. And I am just loving these partnerships. On fifth Thursday, we do Youth in Action in Clarendon, where we engage the young youth leaders to see what they've been up to and to lend their voice to what's happening in the parish. So do subscribe, share the connection so that we can all learn and grow together as we help to build Brand Jamaica. Thank you again, and you all continue to stay safe. Tulip Prescott is saying, thank you all for what you do. Amazing. Indeed. Thank you for joining us live and those who are watching the replay. Thanks to the JCDC team. It's been a lot, but we continue to work together as we grow together. Have a great night.